Hello and welcome to the Marine Channel, and today we're going to show you this, which is the European Powerboat of the Year winner 2025. It's a Cranchi Sessantadue 62 and it's a stunning boat. Now there's a lot to get through on this one, so bear with us and we're going to show you all areas: crew cabin, engines, the whole 9 yards. Let's hop on board, and oh, actually before I do that, let me point to the tender garage there. So through the magic of TV we'll open that one up, and that's home to a Williams 285 jet tender. There's a shower and bits and pieces down there as well. Lovely installation, high-low platform obviously for getting that into the water, and there she is. Okay, right, so let's crack on. Let's go into the cockpit area first of all. So, as is becoming the fashion now, we've got these movable chairs, so you can configure that as you wish. This will obviously fold out and form a nice big dining area. You'll notice as well, as we go around the boat, you'll notice it more and more, the use of teak around this boat. So we've got teak on the heading here, on the headliner. You can have that, if you like, standard. You haven't got to have the teak, but I think it looks rather nice. There's also a sunblind here that goes down and gives a little bit of privacy if you're stern to mooring. And here's our wing station, so we can berth nice and easily. A couple of side gates at either side. I'm going to take you down onto the bathing platform because I want to show you the crew cabin before we get into the rest of the boat. I know some of you are like, well, we don't have crew, I wouldn't use it, but I want to show you it anyway. So that staircase lifts up, and here's your single crew cabin. So single bed there, and then we've got a decent heads there with a nice shower door across. But it's nicely finished, so if you were having additional people on board and you needed to find an occasional berth, then that would certainly do the job, I would think. Let's shut that one down, turn that handle, and then we can move on. There we go. Okay, crew cabin done. Now before I move inside, let me take you up onto the bow area, which is rather lovely, past all this wonderful glazing. And how about for a chillaxing area? How nice is that? So we've got our carbon poles here, we've got our bimini, we've got our little table, little fridge over here, controls for our Fusion stereo, some cup holders. Obviously the backs here will rise up as well. And then we've got our little pop-up lights dotted around the place, and then anchor handling gear at the front. I'm just going to show you this because it's one of the biggest sort of lazarettes I've seen on a boat this size. How about that? So you've got all your anchor chain there, but also it will take the majority of your fenders, which is rather well thought out. Shut that one down there, and that's our view back up over the boat. Okay, let's work our way down starboard side. There's access here into the helm. I'll point that out when we go inside. Nice big wide walkways, nice high handrails, nice safe boat to move around. Okay, so I talked about teak. And you can see what they've done. The teak runs into the dining area here. Now you can, of course, have that as carpet or any other material, but the effect here is that it brings the whole kind of boat together, which I think is rather nice. And then all this wood here is also teak. So you can see the theme working well. So galley to the starboard, little dishwasher, well not so little, big Miele dishwasher there. Our oven is down there. And then we've got a full size proper domestic fridge freezer just there. And you can see all these gloss finish cabinets, storage at eye level running all the way around. Just swing around here. Lots and lots of leather as well in this boat. Lots of leather tabs. See there, more storage for glasses. And there's a big cupboard that runs down the corner there, I might be able to get to, which has, oh, there you go, even more glasses. So provided you've got stuff to put in them, you're not going to run out, are you? All the blinds, these are electrically operated in the saloon area as well. And then we've got this teak here. Just to give the boat kind of a kind of traditional feel, and yet obviously clearly it's very, very modern. And then we've got this super lounging area over here. We've got Sonos audio system as well. And then we've got a high-low TV that will rise up out of there if you want to block your view of the ocean. Personally, I wouldn't want to. Up here to the helm, and I think this is absolutely stunning. Look at this wheel. In a world where wheels are becoming almost redundant and you end up with little kind of joysticks and so forth, it's so lovely to see that wheel there. And of course it's teak as well. Massive Garmin multi-function screens there. Obviously controls all the systems on the boat, so you can monitor and adjust everything all from those two. Joystick control for the Volvo Pentas, and then you've got a choice. You can either have a single helm seat here, or you can have, as this one's got, a navigator seat as well, and access out there onto the starboard side. All of this, of course, electrically adjustable, super comfortable. And then just up over our head here, this panel will tilt up. So it's almost like in the old days, remember on cars, our quarter lights would open and they kind of direct the air into the cabin. Same sort of thing on this. This will raise up and then it will just get the air flowing through the saloon and out the back there. Nice feature. All these sort of matte finishes trimmed in leather and so forth means that even on a bright sunny day it feels like a comfortable place to be, not too glary, not too bright. Okay, let's go below. So this is a 3 cabin layout. Nice generous staircase. Let's start with the smallest. So let's go straight across here to our twin. This can be set up as well to be a double. Obviously the whole boat's air conditioned. We've got audio in each of the cabins, and again we've got that teak feature wall there, just bring it all together. Nice big wardrobe in there, all illuminated. Okay, so there's the stairs that we came down. We're going to do a sharp right. That is the entrance to the VIP. We'll go there in a minute, but this is our day heads. So decent shower, loo tucked around the corner, nice porcelain bowl, and I've been told as well the flooring in here looks like marble because it is marble. Now obviously you can choose to have different floor coverings, but this is rather nice. And then we've got access into that twin there that we've just been to. So this is the day heads, but it's also an ensuite for that one. Cool. Okay, let's move forward. So let's go into our VIP. So heads directly ahead of us. Big shower there with the rainfall shower head on it. And then our loo just tucked around the corner here. There we go. And then we've got this little lobby area which is rather nice. Somewhere to dump your keys, your wallet, all those bits and pieces. And then into the main VIP. And again, we've got this lovely teak all the way around. Lots and lots of leather, all this sort of trim on the bed surround, by the sides of the beds. And then all these little tabs as well. Just brings it together really nicely. Big AV, big screen here. Very nice, very relaxed, very sumptuous. There we go. Okay, and then we've saved the master till last. It's a full beam master. So let's step back here. Oh, by the way, this is our washer dryer tucked away down there. And in we go. I think this is rather clever because we kind of step into this lobby. There's no view at this point, so you've got absolute privacy. And as you swing around here, it kind of reveals itself. How about that? How lovely is that? So again, we've got this teak, we've got the leather, and then we've got a nice sofa there to crash out on, relax. Now you can have, you can have carpet all the way up to the bed, but I think this teak looks rather lovely with this sort of polished metal around the outside. And then over this side, we've got a big walk-in wardrobe, which is very, very useful. A little getting ready area, lots of drawers, lots of storage. And then back out through, and I'll show you this one's got the safe in it actually. There we go, little safe there. You can have that upgraded, make it larger if you've got lots of things that you need to keep safe. And then this is our master ensuite. 2 sinks, which is a nice touch. Nice big rainfall shower with a seat in there as well. And also behind us we've got our loo and our bidet as well. But all the doorways feel wide, the hallways feel wide. It doesn't feel in any way, shape or form pinched. Which you'd hope, obviously on a boat of this size, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes when you get on them, it just feels that they were designed for very small people. They look good on a brochure, they look good on camera, but actually when you're moving around them, they can feel a little bit tight. This doesn't, this feels absolutely sensational. In terms of price, this is the first boat, this is the hull number 1, so it was really, really well specified. And this boat comes out at €4 million plus tax. Now a big chunk of that is down to the paintwork here. So you can actually choose any colour paint that you want. So you can, have it to match your car or your handbag or, I don't know, a painting you like, whatever. Costs about €300,000 plus VAT to have that done, but the effect is sensational. Realistically, prices start at 2.6 million, probably looking closer to 3.2 for a well specified boat. Let's talk about engines. Engine access is here, so let's go and have a look. Okay, so we've made it down into the engine room here. And what are we looking at? Well, we've got a pair of Volvo Penta 1350s on IPS. That's giving us 2,000 horsepower overall. We've got our air conditioning over here. This boat as well, just to talk about it, it's also got Seakeeper and it's got Humphrey fin stabilisers. So this is a very, very solid boat when you're at anchor or moving through the weather. You can obviously specify whether you want those or not, but it seems like a good idea. And a nice installation. Move around here a little bit. And obviously this bit is where our tender garage is. But actually, apart from this bit here, moving round, got decent headroom all the way around the place. See all our systems, electrical systems, fire extinguisher, access to the filter for daily checks. It's a very nice installation. There you go. I didn't ask top speed, but I'm imagining what seems to be typical on these is kind of early to mid 30s, but we'll try and put it down in the link for those of you who need to know. Fantastic. Well, there you go. Engine room done. Okay, so let's finish up on the Flybridge. Always one of my favourite places to go, because particularly when you're at show, the view up here is going to be great. And here we are. Sorry about the noise in the background, that's somebody hoovering. Okay, so this area of the boat is pretty open to personal configuration. So obviously these sofas are fixed now, but you could have had a U-shape back here. You can move the table. You can basically have what you want where you want. Let's move forward. So absolute duplication of what we saw downstairs. Again, this lovely big wheel, huge Garmin screens, joystick control, bow thruster, all those bits and pieces. And this looks like a lovely place to sit when you're underway. View out there over the bow of the boat. There you go, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that for a view. Absolutely lovely. And again, we can see the use of teak here in our outdoor kitchen. Look at the thickness as well. Pop that one up. So you've got a grill here. This can be, again, configured to owner's taste, but this is probably the most popular. Grill here, prep area there, sink here. And then underneath, we've got ice maker and refrigerated drawers. All your bits and pieces. Again, another big fridge there. And this wonderful paintwork, which I've been told is 7 layers of paint. If you're trying to justify the €300,000 price tag, there's a lot of work goes into it. You can see it running all the way around here. Talk about this this top as well. So 80%, all the bits you can see are black, 80% of this top is carbon fibre. So it's super light, and that obviously reduces weight, but importantly it reduces weight that's high up on the boat. So it's lower down in the boat, the centre of gravity is lower down in the boat. That with the stabilisation system and your fins means, as I mentioned before, this is a really solid boat. You're not going to get a lot of movement, but probably practically none. And then we've also got this vane system here. So these can be closed down, or as we've got now, they can be opened up to let the light in. And at the back here, there's also an extendable cover. All this is very discreet. So when it's not in use, it kind of disappears into the mouldings there rather well. And then we've got our shower and drainer here. So there you go, rather lovely, isn't it? We can see why it's won European Powerboat of the Year 2025. Hope you enjoyed the tour. If you haven't subscribed, then why not do it now? We'd really like that. Set the alerts one, that's the like bell icon. And what happens then is that we let you know every time we release a new video. So thanks very much for watching. Please comment, please share, please like, all that kind of good stuff. It really helps us. But most importantly, please keep coming back for more, because that's why we do it. So thanks for joining us on the Marine Channel, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.